What's up, guys? Rainer here, back again. Today, Aphrodite. Aphrodite comes into the game as a mage, and is also a very excellent support character, thanks to her healing and her ultimate. But we'll get to that when we get to that. First, let's talk about her kit. Her passive, Loving Embrace. When she selects her soulmate, which you can see here, that's that big pink line between me and Vulcan. Vulcan is my soulmate right now. Basically, 30% of all mana that I regenerate, Vulcan regenerates too. Her one, Kiss. That's basically how you establish the soulmate. It's a straight shot, skill shot. You're going to see it quite a few times as I switch soulmates throughout this match, depending on who needs healing. The other effect that it does is if you hit an enemy with it, it will stun them, and your soulmate will become jealous. When your soulmate is jealous, they get a 20% movement speed increase and a 20% power increase. And the stun lasts for 1 second. Jealousy lasts for 5 seconds. Her two, you saw her there. Back off. Smacks the ground and knocks all of her foes away from her. Her 2 is her most damaging ability, and it caps out at about 320 plus 60% of your power. It also knocks back enemies 25 feet, basically to the extent of the radius of the ability. And it also slows her opponents by 25%. Her 3, Doves, you've seen it probably 100 times at this point, because it's her most utility ability. Here it comes again. There they go. There's those Doves. The Doves do damage to your enemies and heal your ally, including Aphrodite. So basically what happens is the Doves apply a healing effect to Aphro, and then when you have a soulmate, it applies the healing effects to them as well. It doesn't heal all of your allies if they're in the lines of the Doves, just the one that you're currently soulmated, which at this point is Ares. The damage caps out at about 55 damage per tick. The ticks go off every half a second for 3 seconds, so you get 6 ticks. And the healing is caps out at about 38 per second, or 38 per tick. Then her ultimate, Undying Love. Both Aphrodite and her soulmate become invulnerable for duration. At level 1, it's about 1/8 of a second. At max level, it's about 2 seconds. So you can avoid the big damaging abilities in the game just by dropping your ultimate. It's basically a free Aegis, freeing up another active item you don't need. Or beads or whatever. I mean, it basically, you can counter Ares ultimates, Scylla ultimates, Thanatos ultimates. You can just counter everybody. It's a free no. So now that we've gone through her kit, let's talk about a build. In Conquest, I recommend playing Aphro solo lane just because you can more liberally use her support role. Because in mid lane you'll be moving around a lot more than if you were in solo. But you can play her solo too if you want. It works. Playing support Aphrodite, like as the support for the AD carry, isn't easy, but it can be done. She doesn't do it as well as, say, Ymir, because her stun isn't very good. But if you play a little more passively and let them push you, if you just bury him under tower, it'll never work. But here you're going to see me drop her ultimate to save Ares here from the tower. If you play passively in duo lane, you can actually do very, very well with Aphrodite and AD carry, just because her wave clear is good. She can heal. But if you pin them under tower, you're going to run into problems. She doesn't have very good burst. I mean, her only real damage comes from her 2. And it doesn't do a phenomenal amount of damage, especially as far as mages go. There you see me transitioning soulmate over to Guan Yu because he's got like no health and can't participate at all without feeding. There you see one run of the heal practically healed him up to 3/4 health, half health, 3/4, 5/8. Just pick a percentage. So you're going to start in mid lane with Vampiric Shroud, and then work your way into Shoes of Focus. Her penetration isn't necessary just because she doesn't do a ton of damage. If they're building protections against you, then they're building their character wrong. The next item, Rod of Asclepius. I like that one, Asclepius. We're gonna go with that. Basically, it increases the healing and regeneration of allies around you, allowing you to both heal more effectively and allowing your opponents to heal, or your allies to heal more effectively. If there was like if you had a Hell on your team, her heals would be better, just because you have this item. It also grants you 75 magical power and 200 health, as well as a 10% movement speed boost. So it's just a generally good item to have. Chronos Pendant, maxing out your cooldowns to the 40%. Because once you get her cooldowns maxed out, you can just spam that too, and just do a phenomenal amount of damage. The cooldown on her too is just, it's 12 seconds at maximum, and if you cool that down all the way, it's like 5-6 seconds. The Chronos Pendant also gives you another 75 magical power, so it allows you to do a little more damage with your abilities. Next up, Rod of Tahuti, just because it works phenomenally well, especially if you're mid laning. And then finally, Gem of Isolation, just because your doves will not only do damage but slow your opponents. Now, as far as core items, I would recommend Rod of Asclepius, Rod of Tahuti, and boots. The rest of it, all very situational. But those were my recommendations. It's up to you on what your actual decision is. So as we take this tower here, and I just keep our team in as much health as possible, clearing wave while I do it. You can see that that does just a fantastic amount of healing. 74 health per tick. I mean, that's pretty good. So their whole team comes back up here into the fight after we take their Phoenix. Ares is low, and I didn't see Thanatos, so I couldn't save him. That and my ult is on cooldown, but anyway. So we kind of fall back a little bit here. I just kind of keep spreading the healing around just because we need the healing. Guan Yu's up in the middle of the fight. I want to save him, I really do. So I drop the doves in there to kind of spread the enemy team out. Because the doves, they do a lot of damage now. I mean, they're maxed out, and I've got a couple of good items. So I just keep launching doves and just keep switching my soulmate around between my team, depending on who needs it the most. Right now, Vulcan needs it the most just because he's our damage. He's all of our damage, and if we're gonna kill all these guys, we're gonna need to burst them down pretty quick. I fall back again to behind my two little friends here. I heal Guan Yu up now. And I switched to Guan Yu as my soulmate and pop my mana pot just so he'll regenerate some mana too. It's not going to be a fantastic amount, but some is better than none. I know, Guan. That's why I helped you. So our entire team's back up. We're going to start pushing on them again. Ares dives in, drops his ultimate. Throw it on my doves. Pick up the kill on Ra. We're going to lose Vulcan over there to the tank and Thanatos. Guan Yu picks up Agni and then takes a couple of hits from the Titan, so I switch to him and drop the birds. For some reason, they're not focusing me. It's like they don't realize that I'm pretty much keeping this team rolling. Switch to Guan Yu again, drop my meditation, just so he'll get more mana back, because he's low. I'm just kind of slowly trying to keep our physical damage in the fight. Guan Yu is also a healer, so he gains a bonus from my Rod of Asclepius, Asclepius, that thing, whatever it is. I always call it Rod of Asclepius, but don't worry about it. It's the ice cream cone. Just, that's all you gotta know. We're going after their tank because we don't know how this game works. She baits us all in there, and we immediately just wipe entirely. Ares is up here getting just beaten down by this Titan. I'm deciding it's time to go. I could soulmate him, but we're going to lose each other over this wall. He burns down Ra with his fire and then dies immediately to Thanatos. I'm trying to get out of here now because the enemy team's right behind me. So I switch over to Vulcan, and Vulcan's just going to go hard. Rolls in solo. I lose soulmate on him just because I'm waiting for the minion line to come up into play. Drop soulmate on Vulcan again. Drop his back off to clear the wave and push our fire minions into the Titan. Vulcan drops his turret down, so it starts shooting into the Titan. And we're just kind of... Their whole team's back up again, so we need to go. We should have gone a long time ago. I immediately get focused down by everybody because I'm the only one in range. So back after the spawn, the entire team's back up, and we've pushed all the way back up to the Titan again. We're right outside the Phoenix currently. It's about to come back up. Drop the doves down again and drop my 2 because I figured out how to use it at this point. I was like, oh, this is really a good ability. Should use this more. Guan Yu's going to go ham here. Just diving in. I drop my doves down. After the flashbang goes off, I pick up the Ra kill and then steal Guan Yu's Neath kill because I figured out his 2. Her 2 is very, very good. The enemy team surrenders because they realize that there's writing on the wall, and that writing is that the game is over. This has been Rainer. If you have any questions about Aphrodite, how you should play her, how you should build her, leave them down in the comments below. I'll do the best I can to answer them. I'll see you next time. Peace out.